Hey, Brennan here. Welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. Well, it is summer scouting season, everybody. We are passing on the 2025 rookies, man. We are focused on the 2026 rookie class. That's right. I'm going to be joined by Jason DeRienzo, my podcast co-host, and we're going to break down Jeremiyah Love. He seems to be the RB1, undisputed, of the 2026 draft class. And so we're gonna talk about his game. We're gonna look at his 2024 production. We're gonna look at his strengths and weaknesses. We've watched the All 22 film. I actually cut up 5 All 22 films for my NFL Draft to Big Board subscribers. Check out the website below. I posted one on there. If you want to take a look at what kind of films that I post, great way to scout these players for yourself. I do all the hard work, and you get just to watch the play-by-play, all the plays for all the games. We're going to take a look at his Penn State game, his Indiana game, his Texas A&M game, Army, and a few others as well. But we're going to break it all down. Is he really the RB1 right now of the class? I think it might be a little too early to just anoint him as the Ashton Genty of the 2025 class. Good player. We're going to go through, like I said, his strengths and weaknesses. But I wouldn't be surprised if somebody might take that spot before the end of the year as we head to the NFL draft. So if you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button. Help me grow the channel. We're going to be scouting the 2026 class all summer long. Let's get to the show. All right, let's talk about Jeremiyah Love, Jason. We watched the All-22 film, like we said. We cut up his games versus Army, Georgia, Penn State, Indiana. We watched his Texas A&M game and his Louisville game. All right, if you're watching on YouTube, guys, you can see the sheet on the screen, 2024 production. This is his regular season stats, okay, and ranks are based on the 2026 and 2027 eligible players. Had a great season on the ground, 1,100, just under 1,100 yards, 7.5 average, which you love to see, 16 touchdowns. Good receiver out of the backfield. We saw that watching the film. 24 receptions, 216 yards, 2 TDs. He had the number 1 PFF rush grade in the class at 92.8. Yards after contact, 4.68. He was 10th. Missed tackles forced. He had 60, ranked 4th. Explosive plays over 10 yards. He had 24, ranked 16th. And his elusive rating was first by a mile at 212. So stats back it up. We watched the All 22 film. What did you take away when watching the film?
I mean, Love is definitely going to be a special player, and I think Notre Dame's going to rely on him quite a bit moving forward, obviously, just based on the skill set that he has. But, upon the initial snap, when he gets the ball in his hand, I think, and you pointed this out in the All 22, I think he's a bit indecisive, trying to figure out which direction he wants to go. You pointed out also that, he kind of hops, both feet come off the ground as he's trying to figure out which gap he wants to take, which lineman he's going to use as a lead blocker. That could really hold him back a bit. So I want to see better vision. I want to see a little bit quicker decision making behind the line of scrimmage. But everything past the line of scrimmage, I like. I think he's very explosive. You see the speed, you see the lateral quickness is instantaneous. Once he plants his foot in the ground, he can explode very easily and fluidly. He can get to the perimeter. He has enough of a first and second gear to get to the perimeter and then break down the perimeter on big plays. We've seen that quite a few times. The high speed change of direction, I think, is there. He seems to have longer strides, and that might limit how he has to downshift in order to elude, especially at the next level. But he's a big time threat. He's got that deep speed. I think he's going to be a great receiver out of the backfield. And honestly, as a route runner, I think they're going to try to use him more a little bit that way. You talked about how he was pretty versatile along the line, being on outside, being put in the slot last season. Mm-hmm. So a versatile player with high athletic upside. I think between the ears is where I just want to see a little bit more development.
Yeah, I mean, you watch him play, you can see the athletic traits that he has, his yes. movement skills. I think he's got the way I like how he presses the line. Like you said, he's a navigator. He's a 2-year player, right? So he's going to continue to get better in there as he navigates the trenches a little bit. But we like the way he presses the line. I think he bounces outside a little bit too much. And that hop skip you're talking about, I think we talked about the fact that maybe that's his way of, letting the play develop a little bit before he can, make a decision on where he likes to go. But I think you said it, when he does make a decision, he's a good accelerator. He's got that breakaway speed that we saw on multiple plays. And he's got that athleticism too. You see not only that, I forget what game he went down the sideline and hopped over that guy. And I don't know what maybe it was the USC game or something like that.
Yeah.
But, you can see that he plays physical. He runs a little bit high. I think that's a big area of not
Mhm.
a big area of concern for me. Just one of the things as we do our summer scouting here is that we're going to be looking for going into 2025. So it's great to watch film now, and you can identify things that we were watching. Be like, yeah, this is the things that we want to see improve. I'd like to see him lower his pads a little bit more, play with a little bit
I
more
agree.
physicality at times. But the NFL, they love their explosive running backs. And I think
Yep.
this guy fits the bill. We just did our top 10 running backs, and we had him pretty much at the top one or two at our lists. But fun player. And it's, the film speaks for itself. He's got some good plays. He's got some plays that he has to work on. So let's talk about his draft capital and dynasty projection. All right. Do you think he is, round one lock at this point, or do you think he could slip into round two?
You mean NFL draft
Yeah,
or
NFL draft. Yeah.
right?
NFL.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
NFL
sorry.
draft.
Yeah. The NFL draft capital.
That's
Sure.
okay. That's all right. I think he's got enough skill set and enough athleticism that he could probably go in round one. I see him as more of that early round two, that Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Swift type of range. He seems more of that type of skill set to me.
And rookie ADP, again, early look here and rookie drafts. So we'll be doing rookie drafts on this channel, on this podcast. We're going to have fun doing that. I think it's time we do another one of those. I think it's been, I don't know,
Hey,
like
you're right.
I think a
We should
month
do
since
that.
we've done one. So I think
Yeah.
we're gonna do that out. But most likely, if he's a round one running back, there's no way he's getting out of round ones
Oh
in
no,
rookie
no way.
drafts ADP. Now, long term value. Let's project he gets drafted next year. He's 2 years into the NFL. Where do you see him? I see him as an RB2. Do you think
I
he
think he could be a I think he could be an RB1 with that receiving ability. Notre Dame does like to develop their running backs as pass blockers, and I think we'll see an improvement, especially with CJ Carr back there next season. So I think he could take on that RB1 role. There's just there's some variables that need to come into play, but I think the upside is there.
Yeah, I think the upside is there as well. So player comp, I got J.K. Dobbins kind of
Hmm.
as a player comp. Unfortunately, J.K. Dobbins got hurt in the NFL. Assuming he didn't get hurt, he'd probably still be on a team producing fantasy points for us. But really liked his lateral agility and the speed and the
Yeah.
explosiveness. So, similar size a little bit as well. Jeremiah Love's 6 foot, 206 pounds. So he might be maybe more like 215 by the time he gets to the NFL in a year. So I got J.K. Dobbins as a player comp.
That's right. I can visualize J.K. Dobbins back at Ohio State, and I can absolutely see the comparison with
Yeah.
those two. I have Kenneth Walker. I think some of the concerns I had with Kenneth Walker coming out are very similar to Jeremiah Love, but some of the things I loved about Kenneth Walker coming out, the lateral agility, the speed. I
Mhm.
mean, he ran the high 4.3s. I can see Love doing the same thing. I think Kenneth Walker is a good comparison to what I think the projection could be at the NFL.
Yeah, I like that. Walker was a late bloomer too. So
Yeah, he was. Yep.
he was a late bloomer. Should be interesting to see if Seattle re-signs him to a second contract. His time's got to be coming up kind of soon, I would think.
I think so, yeah, because they just got Charbonnet 2 drafts ago. Man, time flies. That's crazy.
Yeah. So if you want access to the all 22 films that Jason and I were referring to, hit me up as a big board subscriber. You can see the website on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. If not, you know how to find me if you're listening to the podcast. So there is our summer scouting. Jeremiah Love going to be a top running back in the 2026 class. We decided for our summer scouting, we're going to start at the top and work our way down. So thanks for watching.